Thanks. So, Thomas Edison, you know who he was? Everybody has probably heard of him, but do you know what he did? He was a person that failed. He was the fourth most prolific investor, holding 1,093 U.S. patents. In his own name, and as well as other patents in the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. Thomas Edison failed a lot, but he never allowed it to slow him down because each time he failed, he learned and tried again. Until that one day that he invented the light bulb. In my life, I've been driven by success. Whether it was in business or in sports, I have been driven by success. From an early age, when I read my first book when I was 14 on wealth management, but I struggled. I struggled with the ups and downs of success, and one of the biggest things that I struggled with was failure. I once used to look at myself like I wasn't good enough if I failed, or I wasn't good enough if I didn't accomplish what I achieved and what I set out for. For me, it actually started when I was about 14 years old, when I first started my first gutter business. There I was walking around, just fresh out of high school, I was walking around trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I decided what I wanted to do was I wanted to make some money for the summer. So I started going door to door, talking to people, knocking on their doors, and asking them if I could clean their gutters. But as you can imagine, a 14-year-old, people weren't very apt to allowing me to get on their roof. But I struggled with the rejection of people telling me no. Then when I was 18, I started my parents' carpet cleaning business. Driving around from business to business, trying to get accounts with different business owners. Starting this business allowed me to kind of get a taste of that same rejection. Ultimately, starting my father's business, I didn't really realize that the rejection that I had in the gutter business actually helped me to be successful in his business. And he actually came on, and he still runs that business today. But certain failures within that business continued to affect me. It actually affected me into my next business that I had back in 2006, which was a cabinet business. In the beginning, the business did really well, but like any business, it goes up and it goes down, and when it goes down, you experience failures. It wasn't until I closed the doors of my shop in 2009, and I had about 8 months to think about what I did wrong, that I realized that it was the failures that were affecting me. The word no meant to me that I may not make it, that I might have failed. But something at the end of that 8 months told me, wait a second. I wasn't really failing. What I was actually doing was I was learning. I was learning how to succeed. I started to take those failures and I started to use them, and I started to remember things like don't spend your money before you have it, or don't spend your money before you do. So that was when I started my next business. My next business was actually a investment company. In the beginning, I failed, and I failed miserably in the beginning. But I learned each time I failed. Until the point that I actually realized that, hey, I can actually make some good money from this. And until the point I realized that, hey, I can actually maybe save for retirement. And until the point that I realized that I may not have to work for a little while. Now I look at my failures a little bit differently. I look at them like they're learning experiences. But if you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off after each failure, you too can be successful. Thank you.